Hi, it's me again. I find it very ironic that I'm a student of journalism and communications, but I'm so awkward in front of a camera. But yeah, I forgot to record this because I've had a lot of stuff on my mind, but I had the job interview and I feel like it went pretty well actually. It was very short, like rapid fire questions, and it was over in like 10 minutes, but I feel like I did pretty well. I'm kind of proud actually of the answers that I gave. I was like put on the spot and I had to come up with something, and I feel like I did pretty well. From what I've gathered, there are a few candidates for this position, and there's only like one position left. And the chances of me getting this job, I think, are pretty slim. But they told me they're gonna get back to me, and we'll see what happens. But one thing I've been thinking about a lot since that interview is my uncanny ability to always tell people what they want to hear. And that's part of the reason, actually, the majority of the reason why I performed well in that job interview. And not just that one, like every single job interview I ever had, I feel like I did well. And it's mostly due to the fact that I always know how and what to say because I always sort of recognize what people want to hear. And that might sound like a good thing, and it is useful. It's a useful skill to have, from time to time. But in general, uh, I think it's a very crappy way to live by. And the reason I say that is because I've been living like that almost my whole life, and at some points I haven't been able to recognize myself at all because acting the way that I feel like I should and saying the things that I feel like are the most appropriate has driven all of the authenticity out of me. And I've sort of become a people's person, though I never was. I'm not extroverted. At best, I'm an ambivert. Is that what they call it? I'm not sure. But, I based my whole external personality, the whole perception of me, I based it on what people want to hear and what people want to see me do and how they want to see me perform. And trust me, it's not good. It's useful to know what to say, and maybe even more useful to know what not to say and when not to speak at all. But that being your whole guidance through life is very dangerous because at some point, you know, for me at this point, you stop and you analyze yourself and you realize that a lot of the things that you wanted to become, you can't or you haven't because you're too busy satisfying this pathological need, this almost paranoid feeling inside you. Because I know that nobody would mind as much if I was myself, because nobody cares as much. And there's this beautiful saying, I need to mention it because I read it again the other day and it's just stuck in my brain. And it's don't spend your time chasing butterflies. You should cultivate a beautiful garden and you'll just see the butterflies coming by themselves. And even if they don't, you're still left with a beautiful garden. And that's the healthy way to go about it. And I feel like I've been chasing butterflies my whole life. I should have been working on my own garden. And that being said, you also need to be aware, and I also need to be aware of the fact that a garden doesn't grow in a day, and it takes a while, and you need to trust the fact that, you know, that the upcoming winter is not going to be too harsh, and that spring is going to come eventually, and you know the flowers are going to bloom, and you're going to have something to show for all your work. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about lately, and yeah, still working on my camera presence, I guess. Thanks for watching.